but I'm really excited about the resource. I'm a little nervous about what's being organized beyond what I can see, but I'm thrilled to know that
I'm
I believe
thrilled and I'm so
we can do it.
excited. Yes, I'm so excited.
And I also am excited that if it went with us, and maybe some other people would come in too, but if it went with us, the whole vision would be to build out the plant, the commercial plant
I'm
ourselves,
so excited.
bigger.
I just want to get
But
pounded by
and
Railtown.
I think you could produce.
J, yo, Jason G.
I mean, it depends on how big you do
Long
it,
time no see.
but you could
Same
produce at least a
time,
million, maybe two
same
million ounces of
place,
gold a year. And if you
same
sit down with
channel.
a calculator, that's a lot of money.
Here in the Lions Den.
So
What's
yeah,
up?
I'm very excited about it. I
What's going
spent most of my
on?
mining week. I
Mark,
get caught up in the urgencies of the
what's going
day-to-day
on? How you
life.
guys doing? It's been a
I'm
while.
just one person, so
let
I meant to
me
follow up
let me
today,
lower him down.
but I was quite busy, so I'll get on it.
He was really busy.
Yeah, but I've really done all I can do.
Let me just set up here. Yeah, he's still talking about that crap, bro. Like to this day. Even when it's actually coming back down, he's still wanting other people to buy.
I can just shake it up.
Hey yo,
That's one thing I learned from Donald Trump.
he wants to shake it up.
Shake it up,
Wow.
get out, get out.
Yeah.
He said the other day, I'm bored without the 4th of July stuff.
No, really. Huh.
I'll try to I'll try it
How's
out
everything though?
and see how I can fix stuff.
Let me know what's new. What's new now in the markets?
I don't RT guys. Ricky Brogan.
I'm eating a piece of bread with some with some cheese.
Ricky Brogan.
Why does it taste like Vicks? I feel like I'm eating Vicks. What is this, bro?
Ontario based.
Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you very much. That was all AI, by the way. The animation. I took a picture. I forget from where. I think I got the line from Grok. I told Grok to create an image of a lion that looks like Dragon Ball Z, and then it made that image, and then I just turned it into an AI video, and I thought it was so sick. Family, God, work, and trading. Me just not trading. Family's still here. We're all surviving. Trying to save money and take care of some debt that I owe. So yeah, what's up? Oh, Johnny's here. What's up, Johnny?
That's very
Are you going back home now from work?
that question. As soon as I do it, the drip, people bring they'll come more. Just the stuff of them don't know every day. Ricky
You know, it's funny that I literally just saw a post on Instagram. Let me turn this off. I literally saw a post on Instagram, and I posted it on the Discord. Let me see if I can actually view it here. Yeah, so what Mark just said, SpaceX is targeting a massive $1.77 trillion valuation in its June 12th IPO. SpaceX plans to I think he was missing a word there. Plans to distribute 555.6 million shares at $135 per share. The offering would raise $75 billion, making it the largest IPO in history. This would make SpaceX the 7th largest U.S. company, larger than Elon Musk's Tesla. Oh gosh. Does anybody know what movie that's from? I think that's Al Pacino, if I'm not mistaken. But gosh. Oh. So wait, is that where the IPO is actually going to start from? Is that the official starting price as the bidding price? Or could you get in a little bit more lower than that? I probably doubt it. With that kind of valuation, I doubt that they will even offer anything lower than $135 a share. That's massive. That is super massive. I would have never imagined anything like that in my life. Did you guys see Finger? Finger today, they had some type of news that caught my attention earlier while I was working, and I saw the price action. I was like, oh, really? This thing jumped from 69 cents to $1.09. Here it says Figure Motion intends to enter the edge AI and inference computing market. Then here 3 hours ago, TradingView posted this. Figure Motion to develop modular edge AI computing sites targets localized inference demand. So the key highlights to this is the announced plan to build modular AI-focused edge computing facilities to serve localized inference workloads. Strategy extends existing telecom and technology platform operations, aiming to complement its data services roadmap. Modular, self-contained AI compute units intended for incremental deployment to reduce capex and speed availability. Infrastructure design incorporates localized microgrid energy systems to improve energy efficiency and operational flexibility, and focus is on edge-based AI inference, which is not hyperscale cloud, to address latency, bandwidth, and real-time processing needs. Yo, Chris, welcome back to the Lion's Den, bro. I hope you're having a great week, and you've made some moves with everything that's been going on lately, especially Plug, dude. I think it's come back down now, if I'm not mistaken, the last time I saw Plug, but yeah. It should be around like the 330 range, 340 range. You think Finger's gonna go back down to 60 cents? Let's take a look at the daily chart real quick. Let me see. Maybe we'll see something different. Again, here, as you can see, Finger closing up almost 30%. I think that includes after hours. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it bounced from 69 cents. You know what? As a matter of fact, 69 cents was the new 52-week low range, and the high, the 52-week high, is currently at $2.65. So yeah, this was a sudden move that happened after market open, around 9:40 in the morning Eastern time, and it jumped from 69 cents all the way to as high as $1.09. It even shocked me. I really thought that it would continue to fall, way more, probably even below 69 cents, probably into 60 cents, which puts them into uncharted territory and, at risk, of course. Nice, always making moves. That's how it should be. As long as you're making smart decisions and making sure that the path is clear to success. Hopefully I can get there too. that actually does look like a middle finger, honestly. Like a middle finger to the shorts, and then they got pissed and then they brought it back down. But like we've said before in the past, especially with the market cap being at 54.91 million and the shares float of only 46.14 million. I mean, imagine GameStop back in 2020, and the events that had occurred afterwards. You take that sort of influence and everything else on top of that, and you push a stock like Finger, theoretically speaking, I mean, it would definitely have the same reaction for sure. Like, this would literally blow out all the shorts, in my opinion. Regardless of what the company is doing, but that sort of event, may or may not happen. But if it did, then I really hope it does happen. Rather than just, kind of get a little piece of the pie now before it starts to come back up again over $1. Let's see, wait for a plug to get oversold on the 4-hour chart and then bounce. What does Ham say? I haven't listened to... Dude, I haven't listened to Ham in like over a year. Probably almost 2 years. As a matter of fact, I think it was right before he left William's stream. Like, he stopped going. And he just stopped talking to William. For good. And then he changed his Twitter handle. I think it's something else. I can't really remember. Let me go to the other time frames for Finger, and then we're going to check out Plug. You can see that there was a similar occurrence in the past around, actually last month, around May 13th, May 12th to the 14th. There was another pop here, and this was from a low of 70, I want to say 80 cents to round up, going up as high as $1.15, touching that 200 EMA. Is it the EMA? Is it the EMA? Hold on. Oh, the moving average. So the 200 moving average length here, then rejecting and then being brought back down to where it hit the 52-week low today of 69 cents, and then jumping back up once again, and then poking right through the 200 moving average length again, and then being brought back down just a little bit there. This is on the hourly chart. Take a look at the 4-hour. You can see it here. But if it can actually, hold this trend for the rest of the week, and let's say, for example, if it stays above 90 cents and holds, and then starts to create another leg up, hypothetically, then there could be a chance of more volume to be pushing finger up, even back over $1. And if it could close over $1 before the week is over, then maybe that could be a positive sign for more bullish sentiment next week. That's what should happen, because Finger has gone through a shit ton of downward pressure since last year May. And last year in May, they had a big run from I want to say somewhere around 130 all the way to as high as $5.20 before it got dropped back down a year later to 69 cents. And then probably maybe it could go through another cycle. And then, let's see, was there any gaps? The only gap that I can see, that still exists in my book is somewhere around the $3.30, $3.50 range. But who's to say that what can cause the stock to get back to that gap? You need big news, or you need, again, a scenario as an example, like what happened with GME. Because again, you have a shares float of 46.14 million and the market cap of 54.91 million. And the average volume is just at 113,000 shares. But the pop from yesterday, or actually no, today's volume was completely different. Today's volume was at 15.13 million shares traded. Compared to that from yesterday's trading volume at 388.77 thousand. So that was a big move for sure. Let's go and find plug for Chris, since we were talking about that. What other plays have you guys been looking at recently? Mark, have you gotten any? I remember you mentioned a couple of plays before back then, this year. The times that you popped into the stream here and there, and you mentioned a couple. I think one of them was ticker symbol BNAI. Remind me if that is one of them, because I do have that on the list, on the watch list, and I've been looking at it from time to time. So let me know. But yeah, looking at Plug Power, PLUG, and its trajectory since March, actually, since the beginning of March, hitting a low of 174 here after the previous earnings report, where they had missed the earnings per share, but gained in revenue by 7.82 million. And then from there, it had a big pop, where it went from as low as 172 to as high as 250, came back down, and then all of a sudden started to ride the was that, I want to say the 9, oh, that's the 9-day period moving average. Okay. So following that trend, let's say, and then the candles afterwards just literally hovering above it, on and above that 9 MA, and then trending even higher and higher as more bullish sentiment and news started to pop up for the stock, and eventually reaching the 200-day period moving average length, where it actually made it over and broke over the $4 level, reaching as high as 433, if I'm not mistaken, or is it? No, 458. Actually, the 52-week range high was 458. Let's see. No, I think that was this time. 473. Where's 458 at? Am I bugging here? What is this? 458. Maybe it was around that time, around October 2025. But anyways, let's check out the 4 hour. The 4 hour chart looks like there is a bit of a pullback here. Was that Phil Craxton? Phil Craxton? Yeah. Leona's streaming. Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking about you while making pleasure in the pool. Damn, bro. Is that how hot you think I am? You just think about me like that? That's wild. That's wild of you, man. Oh, they're talking about Finger on the chat. Hey Billy, do you think Finger is going to $5 tomorrow, like Ham said? Your thoughts, please. Whoa, really? Wow. I'm actually surprised that KYP actually wrote that on the chat and asked him a question. Let's see, 433, and then we break over. 433, yeah. So it of course has to cool down. This is the 4 hour chart again. So it needs to cool down again. Probably facing some support here. It's almost oversold. Well, pretty much it's quite there. And then the only thing you need is another rebound. Right around 360-ish. Turn around and then start to head back over. When you look at the smaller time frames, let's see, it's way oversold on the 1 hour chart, which is pretty good. I feel like I need to switch the chart layout. Let's see. Plug Power shares rise after ITC transfer for Louisiana facility. The company said it closed the sale of a federal investment tax credit, or ITC, for $39.2 million associated with its hydrogen liquefaction facility in St. Gabriel, Louisiana. Then the stock rose 6% higher at $4.28. Company said the monetization represents another step in improving liquidity and allowing more capital deployment. The facility is operated through Hydrogeny, its joint venture with Olin Corp. Transaction builds on Plug's January 2025 transfer of a $30 million ITC associated with its Woodbine, Georgia hydrogen facility. Under current U.S. federal clean energy tax credit provisions, hydrogen liquefaction and storage assets like the St. Gabriel facility qualify for the investment tax credit, which can be transferred to third-party investors. Plug said that the St. Gabriel facility was commissioned in April 2025 and can liquefy up to 15 tons of hydrogen per day. And news like that, to me, that sounds very promising, for sure. We'll see what happens within the next couple of days. There, it still shows somewhat of an uptrend, in my opinion. So it needs to hover back around 360 range, pop back over 375, break that resistance at 380. I think 380 is probably going to be my opinionated level for resistance. And then 430 is of course the next resistance afterwards, where I think maybe that would be the challenge for Plug. Overall, on the longer time frame, like the weekly, if you look at the weekly, you notice something, right? This technically looks like a, how do you call this, an inverse, or is it a I don't know what you guys see here. You see like an inverse head and shoulders on the weekly. Loki is overbought. It's overbought a bit, but to me, it kind of looks like an inverse head and shoulders. If I build that here, like this, got a big old head like that. Wait, what's the other? Oh no, wait. Oh damn, I think I messed it up. Wait, what? It's supposed to be. Hold on, I think this is all messed up. Hold on. It's been a while since I used these indicators. Well, these trend thingies. I think it was here. Then the head is over here. Oh man, this is the left shoulder. Ah, nah. Wait. I don't know, but you guys get the point. I mean, this pretty much looks like an inverse head and shoulders to me. Even on the monthly chart, you can definitely tell like this is like either on the verge of breaking out past 4, or it actually starts to reject that trend and then probably head back down to $3 if it for some reason goes bearish. Next earnings for Plug would be on August 12th, but that's all I have right now. But yeah, keep us updated, Chris, just in case. Can you please chart as Bev? Sounds like a beverage company. I think I remember you actually, you know what? Let me look at the list. Darn it, no, it's not here. But it does sound like a beverage company. Yes, it is. It's Splash. Oh, okay. Oh, this thing ran 71% today. Wow. Even probably more than that. It probably ran like 100%. This thing went from the low of 14 cents to as high as 38 cents, almost 39 cents on the day. That's wild. Why is it so cheap? Why is it this low? Good evening, everyone. I'm here listening. Gary, welcome back, dude. It's been a minute since I've seen you. Anysphere, I believe, the crypto sphere. I mean, the crypto stock. I do remember that one too. I remember playing a couple of times Annie. Anysphere. Let's play some tunes. Holiday vibes? Is this one? Yeah. Let's see what the news was for this. Splash Beverage Group updates New York Stock Exchange compliance plan. Pursues cannabinoid transaction talks. All right, let's see what this is all about. So Splash Beverage Group submitted an New York Stock Exchange compliance plan and is actively pursuing strategic cannabinoid-focused transactions. The key highlights to this is, which is the first one, submitted the New York Stock Exchange American Compliance Plan on May 28th, 2026, which was last week, awaiting exchange determination on potential cure period through January 29th, 2027. So they were giving a long period. For those that don't know what that means, I don't know what that means. We'll look it up together. A cure period is a specific legally binding time frame in a contract that allows a party who has breached an agreement to fix or quote-unquote cure the violation. It prevents harsh penalties such as early termination or lawsuits by providing a structured opportunity to restore compliance. When it comes to stocks, for example, corporate and legal compliance, usually 30 to 90 days. For example, in technical stock listing defaults or certain labor violation claims, regulators allow a set window, often 6 months from 6 months for the stock price deficiencies on the New York Stock Exchange, to resolve the issue and maintain compliance. Right. So if that in fact goes through, that potential cure period through January 20, then they would have until January 29th, 2027 next year. They'll have all that time to do whatever it is that they need to do, or else they'll probably get delisted from the New York Stock Exchange, from my understanding. Then management remains focused on maintaining New York Stock Exchange listing and strengthening the company's financial position during the cure period, which is what I just mentioned a few moments ago. Non-binding LOI and Medterra expired May 4th, 2026. Company continues evaluating multiple strategic opportunities in cannabinoid wellness. Let's take a look at that real quick. We were opening cards. Wait, you were opening what, Pokemon cards? Cannabinoid wellness, guys, uses hemp-derived compounds like CBD, CBG, and THC to interact with your body's endocannabinoid system, also known as ECS and abbreviated. People use these non-intoxicating and mildly euphoric products to manage daily stress, promote relaxation, improve sleep quality, and alleviate minor inflammation without harsh sedatives like oxycodone and Xanax, and anything to temporarily relieve pain and stuff like that. And so how that works, a little bit of some science, some research here. ECS, or the endocannabinoid system, how it works is a complex cell signaling system that plays a vital role in regulating sleep, mood, appetite, and your body's natural response to stress. Phytocannabinoids, which those found in plants, mimic the endocannabinoids in your body naturally produces to help restore balance and maintain overall wellness. So then evaluations emphasize strategic fit, shareholder value, capital structure, and minimizing dilution while supporting growth. And then annual 2025 audited financials include a going concern explanatory paragraph disclosure made to satisfy New York Stock Exchange requirements. So they're a little bit, they're a little bit on the, they're teetering on the balance beam. They could either go this way or that way. Things could go bad and turn for the worse, or it could go good and perhaps, seem some type of a comeback. Let's just look at the chart real quick and see how that looks like on the daily for SBEV. As you can see, they did go through a reverse stock split back in March 28th of last year, a 1-4-40. That still wasn't enough for them to produce or make any kind of revenue and be successful in what they're trying to do. It seems like that's what it was. They even had another reverse stock split back in June 11th of 2021 at 1-4-3. So overall, it's not really looking that promising, in my opinion. if you were gonna, you know, play it out for a little scalpity do, could do that. I mean, this probably would have been a nice scalping. This would have been a nice scalping session for sure. You know, being, you know, bouncing from the low of 13 cents all the way to 35 cents, almost 39 cents actually. And given the way that this looks here on the hourly chart, you can see that there was a rebound from the high there of 38.87, dropping back down to 25 cents and actually building some type of support there, and then a big bounce afterwards. You can see it there. But question is, will it actually rebound from here and go for another leg up past 40 cents and break out, or will it reject from 35 cents and then fail, and then things start not to look any type of for the stock, in my opinion. Taz, hello, how you doing? XAXA, Xaxa, Zaza, I don't know. Is that some kind of drug? I'm not too sure. But yeah, hopefully everything is good with you. And let's catch up with the chat. Let me see the 4 hour. Yeah, the 4 hour. I mean, that's a lot of volume too, especially from the afternoon, from 12 in the afternoon Eastern time. 51.63 million traded with that candle. That was the highest volume traded, and then it slowed down afterwards. After 4 hours later, around 2 p.m. But that's crazy. That is insane. Let's look at MX real quick. Hopefully that was. Hopefully I did a good job explaining what's happening there with SBEV. I don't know if you're actually playing it. I'm not too sure if you're actually playing it, but again. Play at your own risk, pretty much. Just play at your own risk. SBEV could be a little, you know, volatile. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me check. Was it Chart Exchange? I haven't checked Chart Exchange in a long time. Am I also into level 2 data? Not. I'm not really too fond of level 2 data. I used to actually look at. I actually used to look and watch what the level 2 was doing, and then it just got too crazy for me. I couldn't really keep track. Like, it's like a different language to me. And then you have like all these different number, like amount of number of share buys. I don't know, like 2,000, 5,000, 100, 500, 200. What does that mean? I don't know. Are you into level 2? Maybe you can explain. I just be looking at candles and trend lines all day. Let's see, SBEV. Let's see what we got here. Shorts. Cost to borrow. Oh wow, okay. So at some point today around, sometime around 7 in the morning Eastern time, the cost to borrow for SBEV was at 11.72%, with 300,000 shares remaining to borrow. Dua. Dua. Then they loaded up on more shares. And then for some reason it jumped up in cost to borrow fees from 11.72% to 44.27, from 8:19 in the morning to 9:22 in the morning. And that was the highest from that point. Then all of a sudden the shares available to borrow started dropping like crazy from 11:27 in the morning with a cost to borrow of 43.46, and then dropped to 400,000 an hour later, and then at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time, they reported no available short shares available. I mean, they available, whatever. You know what I mean. I'm tired. So there was no more shares, short shares to borrow. And let's see, maybe we can match with whatever happened there. Let's take a look. 12. Yeah, so it does make sense here a little bit, because if you could follow when this happened, somewhere around 11 and 12 p.m. No, 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time, you go here and you could see that the stock was actually climbing up in volume dramatically. I'm talking about millions and millions of shares traded every 5 minutes on this chart. And it kind of looks like, some covering for, like, to me. And the cost to borrow exploding and then running out of shares afterwards, to the point where this thing looked like it wanted to squeeze, in my opinion. I mean, it did look like a little mini sneeze. Again, from 13 cents to almost 40 cents in just a short amount of time. Let me go back to MX. Magna Chip Semiconductor Corporation. Take a look at it from the daily chart, and oh wow, that looks magical. Now that's a nice trend. This thing was at a low of $2.19, I think. Oh, $2.18, the 52-week low, back in November 18th of 2025. Then it started to climb back up and then range between 250 and 3 for a long time, for like half a year. Then started to pick up in some price action around April of this year, from about 275-ish, going all the way as high as 560, then dropping back down to 3, and then climbing up even further, breaking over the resistance at 550-ish, and then hitting as high as $8. Oh no, as a matter of fact, hitting as high as $9.86, which made it the new 52-week high. So $9.86. So from that point to this point, that is what you have. And that looks sweet too. You got into $3 calls for MX? That's insane. Hold on. Oh shoot, that's pretty crazy. Wow. Oh no, wait, what? Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, you meant to say you got in at $3. Oh, you got in at 3. Okay. Damn, that's a good entry. I'm guessing you got in around the end of April, when it had this the previous bottom, and then had the reversal afterwards. I think that's what it looks like here. It hit a bottom of 3, literally exactly $3, and then it bounced, and then it did a reversal and started to trend back up. Let's check the monthly, like he mentioned. The monthly chart. gosh, and that looks insane. 300 shares at $3. That's that's 900. And then so 900. So you turned that into what? 2,700 bucks or 2,400. I can't do math, but if I'm around, if I'm on the money, then let me know. That's a good freaking swing trade for sure. You got in at that point, $3. Yeah, the monthly. I mean, it did max out on the RSI. So the pretty much the goal, if you want to be bullish on this, is that the hold on, weekly. Yeah, so pretty much you need this week to be bullish. You need this to stay above 880. All right, so you need MX to stay above 880 to remain bullish, or simply just break over the last resistance or the last high of the monthly candle, which is 967. Oh shoot. Yeah, so you need this to actually break back over 986. $10 would be a challenge, that $10 level. So might as well just leave an alert there. If not, and if it breaks below 880, then you could be seeing some type of a pullback, in my opinion. There's a slight gap here, I see. If you guys can tell, there is a slight gap. Alright, it might not mean anything, just again, just being hypothetical. There is a little gap there. If it decided to resist breaking over that level of 986 or 10, and it pulls back, then you'd have this area to look out for. If it goes bearish and then fill the gap somewhere around between 7 and 745, 750, around that range, and then see if it bottoms out from there and then cools down on the RSI, because you need the trend on the RSI to stay strong. You see here, again, I'm just coming up with these hypotheses, but this is usually representing the uptrend, right? This is usually the downtrend, and if you have the RSI length of the line breaking over that trend, then it usually remains bullish. Even if this was the case and you see this actually bounce back, and it continues to break over the downtrend, this needs to continue to make an uptrend, up, higher, in order for the stock to remain bullish and, in my opinion, go even further than $10, which is again the respected resistance level, which we would have to see if that's the case. Then good. I would hope nothing but the best in seeing MX move towards that level and going beyond further past $10 a share. From Mark's research here, MX is over 54% of institutions hold MX, and 15% of insiders own MX. Your target is $15 a share. That's actually a pretty decent number for sure. 15. The last time it hit 15 was somewhere around I mean, it looks like that's a. It looks like that's a common level there, if I'm not mistaken. 15. Let's see. Oh wow. Or 13 probably, maybe 13. 1350. I want to say that looks like a good target there too. The weekly, again, it looks pretty decent, but still overbought. On the shorter time frames, let's see. The shorter time frames shows it coming back down again, so there is a pullback. Let me look at the chart here. I don't think they trade they don't trade in overnight hours. Oh wait, so you had 300 shares originally at $3, and then you sold some, and then now you have 100 shares left until it hits $15, your target. Is that what you're trying to say, Gary? Let me know. Mark says, oh really? Okay, I see. Yeah, the shares float, or shares outstanding, I suppose, is $26.72 million. I mean, 72 shares. 26.72 million shares. The market cap is on 325 million. $95 million in cash, $44 million in debt, which they could pretty much cover the debt if they wanted to, but then the revenue kind of makes up for that too. And it did close up 7% on the day. Let's see. There isn't really much going on though. But let's see. Stock twits. Oh, it's the first seen stock twits on the TradingView news. Heads for a 29-month highs. What's the AI server portfolio showcase that investors are bullish about? The key points here for MX is that the company added that its MOSFET solutions are designed to support high efficiency and high density power architectures for AI servers and data centers. MagnaChip also plans to spotlight a range of power semiconductors designed for power conversion and energy management in electric vehicles, solar installations, battery storage systems, and industrial equipment. Cool. The showcase will take place at PCIM Europe 2026, which will be held from June 9 to the 11th, 2026 in Nuremberg, Germany. So I guess we probably would have to pay attention to those dates. June 9th to the 11th. June 9th to the 11th. Okay. Also driving up the investor interest in MagnaChip is the company's upcoming showcase of its MOSFET portfolio for AI servers and data center power systems in Germany next month. Let's see, does it make sense? June 9th to the 11th. I mean, if that really does spark a lot of interest in that showcase, June 9th to the 12th of June, then anything positive could and would push this stock even further. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually put this on the watch list. Let's do that. It's only a turnaround play, yeah. That in fact is a turnaround play. I mean, look at where it came from. Just literally, like, it was just at $2 back in November, and you're seeing the stock now like hitting almost $10. It looks like all earnings since the last earnings back in April 28th, March 4th, November 3rd of last year, July 31st, May 12th of last year, March 12th of last year, has been all positive. Has been all positive. Positive, look at that. Slightly worse revenue for the November 3rd earnings last year. But other than that, the revenue has been cooking a lot more. So yeah, it looks like very profitable so far. Especially now from that time around November of last year, it looks like it's all falling into place. Maybe they'll have another successful earnings report July 30th, coming July 30th. What are analysts saying about this stock? Let's see. The technicals are showing buy. And again, mentioning that they're institutionally held by 54% and insiders by 15%. So we'll keep an eye on that. So the main goal price target for MX again is $10. If it breaks that tomorrow or before this week is over, there could be more bullish activity. So that's pretty cool. You look more into that for sure. MX. Monthly. What else do we have going on here? The one you should watch, it's on a pullback, DXYZ in a specialized IPOs. What is that again? DXYZ. Destiny Tech 100. This one. This thing fell 14. This actually fell 14.40% today, from 45.41 to as low as $40.40, and that looks pretty nasty, honestly. So is there any chance of this stock to drop down even more? 34 bucks next support level, if that's the case. It looks like a level that has been visited many times before in the past, in my opinion. And then the RSI on the daily chart also looks like it's cooling down. It's pulling back. It's pulling back. That is pretty nasty, I may say. It owns SpaceX by 50%. Oh, okay. And it is a mutual fund too. I'm gonna add that too to the list. We'll check it out from time to time. Again, just for the way that it looks like here, especially on the 4-hour chart, you want it to either hold at 40 or pull back and try to hold around 33 to 34 bucks a share until everything is cooled down on the RSIs for the long-term period. See if that turns around. But I didn't know that though. Owns 15% of SpaceX. So once it releases, once it lists on the exchange. When is it again? June. Sorry, hold on. I just had it. Hold on. Give me 1 second. It only has IPO. So you mean to say like they actually have, oh shoot. So they actually have funds in the IPO, so they're just waiting for the listing to happen, and then their stock pops like crazy, I'm guessing. Which is pretty decent. Okay, man. I figured this didn't throw him out or he's trying to do something. Oh, it's Fishy. Fishy's on the jet. What's up? Let's see. MNTS Momentous, which builds in-space transportation and satellite vehicles like the Vigoride orbital service, uses SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets to launch its hardware into space. Momentous regularly books space on SpaceX's small sat rideshare transporter missions to deploy customer payloads. For example, a recent Vigoride vehicle successfully launched a SpaceX transporter mission to carry out engineering projects and host payloads for commercial and government. MNTS and SpaceX information. What up? MNTS could be huge next week or so, leading up to the SpaceX IPO. How's it going, Fishy? What's going on? What's going on? Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. Yes. Tight. That's really cool. So DXYZ. Again, when is the listing again? June 9th? I keep forgetting. Or was it June 12th? I think it was June 12th, right? Is that one? Hold on. Let me just double check again, just in case. Just in case. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, it is June 12th. June 12th. So definitely somewhere around that time. So in the meantime, because we're looking at DXYZ on the 4-hour pullback, that support, technical wise, either would have to hold somewhere around 40, or if it drops back down somewhere around 33, 34, around there, as it was indeed a previous level of support back in March 25, around 34. Let me look at MNTS. Momentous. And this is actually pretty much doing the same thing, to be honest. Yeah, take a look at that. Let's just put this together. So in a way, I mean, 4 hour. There you go. So they've been both going on a downtrend. This point right here. You guys watching? So yeah, somewhere around there. And then the downtrend, and then the downtrend. Excuse me. So maybe it is just going on a little cool down, in my opinion, just before the announcement, before the listing. We'd want to see how this is all gonna react to the SpaceX listing, IPO listing. So yeah, I'd say for now it probably will face a little bit of a cool down in the meantime, because you look at the smaller time frames, like on the hourly, this is actually, there's a bearish crossover between the 9 and the 200, and then MNTS also looks to be pulling back as well. There's a bit of a rejection on the RSI and coming back down to then try to break down the uptrend. So then you would probably see this try to retest 11. Let me see. I'd say 1150 first, and then somewhere around 11. We'll see. I mean, we never really know for sure, but we're just making hypothetical guesses and speculating, just based on the on how the trend is looking like on these time frames. But you can tell, I mean, even on the 4 hour for MNTS, it did go on a huge run, and this is pretty crazy. This was at a low of $3.20, I suppose, back in the beginning of April, and going as high as $24.33. Wow, that's a monster move. That's even bigger than DXYZ. That's a big move. And on top of that, like, it's still currently on an uptrend, supposedly, from what it seemed, what it shows here, and then the RSI just, slowly getting back into the oversold territory. So this rejection could just be temporary. Again, I want to say, there's possibilities of probably a $8.50 support level if this were to continue before the listing happens, the IPO listing. 5 days ago, they had raised $25 million in private placement and sets fast resale registration and issues agent warrants. That's the latest. Does anybody know like what the ticker symbol is? I mean, like for SpaceX, or you guys know yet? I haven't checked it out. One Stop Systems, yeah, we talked about it before. That thing was. We were talking about that. I think we started talking about that the end of 2024. We talked about it on and off, and then we had stopped talking about it for a while. You can go back here on the chat on Discord and find it. Yeah, so right here, this is your message. This was back in August 27th of 2024, 11 o'clock in the morning, my time. You posted this and you were like, OSS up 26%, just locked in a deal with government to produce rugged satellite equipment. It's a small cap stock making deals worth their entire cap. Should be cash flow positive by year end. Y'all remember that? Mind you, that time the stock was trading at $2.54. Right now it's trading at $19.02 at the time of this recording. At close, down 4.66%, with the 52-week high being at $20.88 and a 52-week low of $3 a share. Mind you, that was last October. And even before that, back in 2020, this was like below $1. Oh, okay, that makes sense. SpaceX. But it's just like, just looking at the trend overall on the daily, that long, like, I don't know what you want to call this, but this is a long like, this thing was slowly looking for a bottom. It trended down little by little, slowly, like throughout the past couple of years, and then it found a bottom eventually at 3, and then started coming back up, eventually hitting $20 a share, which is insane. And they had a positive. The last 4 earnings report was positive, so hopefully the next one, which is for August 6th of 2026, which is in 2 months. So if it can continue from here, dude, that would be crazy. Even on the weekly, I mean, even though it's like freaking overbought as hell, you can see the trend is still pretty type strong, in my opinion. But if it's capped out at $20 a share, maybe at that point it would start pulling back from there and going on downtrend, and then you'd probably have to face like previous levels of support. Just a bull flag. How about the monthly? The monthly is just too strong. that thing was hot, dude. If only I got in. If only I got in when Fishy mentioned about it. But I know he got in around that price, around $2.50 and change. And if Fishy has been holding for that long, dude, then congratulations to you, man. We've talked about a lot of stocks in the past, as you know, and of course, in our opinion, not financial advice. And some of them have been nothing but heaters, just heaters, man, bangers, and plays that I didn't even get a chance to get in, unfortunately. But I know some of you guys have gotten into those plays and you've made a good amount. So if we can go in the past and talk about other tickers that we've discussed before, I'm pretty sure, like, we can remember the good old times and which stocks had been successful. I remember somebody mentioning about IVF. I remember IVF, invalid fertility. apparently they received a late filing. They received a notification regarding a late filing of the quarterly report on Form 10Q. Sometimes that is not a good thing. mRNA, sheesh. GME, that's weird. I don't know why. That's crazy. How it just rejected off that 200 moving average. Well, I want to say it. My Discord it does have a lot of valuable information, but shared by valuable people and those that have the knowledge. And I would say that is, to me, like, very meaningful, because you guys have talked about so much in the Discord, shared a lot of things, and that's what makes it even more valuable is your intelligence, and to be able to have these discussions and figure out what's going on and just have a good time on the Discord. So I'm always thankful for you guys for doing that, and for, you know, bringing this experience, you know. So we're gonna continue doing that and providing that information, providing all we can to stay on top of whatever happens, you know, tomorrow, the day after, and so forth. But you know, sometimes life be lifing. On the other hand, life be lifing, and you know, things happen, so we can't really, you know, stay on track of some of the things, you know. As for myself, I haven't been able to get into any plays. I had to do things to kind of step back a bit and just take care of some things. But, you know, hopefully, and God willing, you know, I will be able to get back into it. And then, you know, we'll just, you know, we'll just continue to do our overview and see what's going on with, you know, certain stocks here and there, and just keep each other updated and posted on what's going on. What is a T-Dick? What about the crazy run and dump of T-Dick? Check out the daily. I don't even know why I called it like that. TDIC. Let's see what else. Rivian Automotive. Been going on an up and down. I'm trying to find ones that we've talked about before that was crazy plays. Oof. Microvision looks really ugly right now. Didn't it go through a reverse stock split before? No, it didn't. That might just happen. Oh, never mind. 2 days ago, Microvision to seek shareholder approval for a 1-for-5 to a 1-for-15 reverse stock split. So yeah, I just looking at the stock and the way that it had been trending previously, yeah, you already know that it would have been at risk for compliance, and then, you know, eventually going through a reverse stock split. So yeah, Microvision is gonna go through that. But anyways, let's see. Dude, this stock has been beyond, like, you know what? This is not even real to me. Look at the stock, Micron Technology. You tell me this makes any sense. This isn't like for real. Like, mind you, this thing from a year ago. Let's say from a year ago. A year ago it was at $113 a share, and today it closed at a high of $1,079.57. Do you think this makes sense at all? This looks like it's like on a squeeze, on a slow squeeze. I don't know what you guys think about this. You know, runs like this, but sometimes it kind of gives me the wrong feeling, like it's too good to be true. Eventually it has to go through something in order for it to just collapse. Right? That, you see, we wishing we were in a play like that, dude. That is a runner. That is a crazy runner, bro. Like, not even for day trading, but like, oy. Thank you, Lion. Jamie was only covering the gap is about to take off. What gap are we talking about here? Hold on. Which is this gap that you talking about? Hold on, guys. I'm gonna change the layout here. I'm gonna change the layout. I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe like this. Might be this one. My mom was going crazy. Let me switch here. The daily chart. Yeah, my mom is going crazy right now. Okay, so the thing is, okay, mind you, this made a huge gap, right? We're looking at GameStop right now. This made a huge gap. I want to know, maybe this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here, and then I'm gonna hit on 24-hour. So technically speaking, this is actually filling the gap back down again. GameStop is actually filling that gap back down again, as you can see here. Dropped. Literally rejected from 2377, which is insane, and it actually rejected off the 200. The 200 EMA. So it could be that 22 is the support, or somewhere around 2150. Whatever the range is for within this box or this gap. Yeah, it gapped. Yeah, but I'm trying to figure that out, like where that gap is. What time frame do you see the gap? The gap that still has yet to be filled, technically speaking, is somewhere around $28. I'll let you know right now. Yeah, It's somewhere around 28, but since it didn't quite make it over, and then the fact that we see how it just rejected also on that RSI right here. You know the way they play games, man. They'll eventually have to like pull it back down, and then hit around 2150, 22, around that range, and then cool down again, and then wait until Friday to see what it does, if it stays above 22 or not. Because this is just like this is like garbage. Like, how you pop it and then you bring it back down afterwards, it's beyond my imagination. No, GME opened at 22, then he has to come back and retest. Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. Yeah, it opened up at 22. It opened up at 20. No, it actually opened up at 23.28 today. So it had gapped up, and that's from what happened after hours, because you don't count that daily candle from what happened after. So then when the market opens again, it creates that huge gap, which you need to account for. And then eventually when they were able to bring this back down and reject it off that 200 EMA, then technically speaking, this, the price action, the way the chart looks like, is like it's pretty much coming back down to that gap that it created today. So like you said, it has to come back down to retest, and eventually somewhere around that area it has to rebound and then try to make its way back up, and then we'll see by Friday. Again, I want to say, I don't know what you think, but $22 a share would have to be a price that it would have to hold at. Let me actually go to, yeah. Because if I go here on the 24-hour market on Webull, then we probably have a good idea, because that's where it's live trading right now. So look at that. So you see 22. We didn't even look at what was happening in after hours, but you can see it did hit a bottom of $22.02, and then it just stayed holding around that, and holding that support. So we have somewhat of that going on, and probably some price action trying to come back up again. So again, it has to hold 22, and from there come back up for a bounce. Come back for a bounce, and then I don't know, I want to see bounce 22, then somewhere around 22.60 would have to be the next level of resistance. We can only manifest what we want to see. I just think that we also need to account for what happens during the what happens with the market in general. Because a majority of the time the market has had an influence on the price action of GME, and only when there's some type of news or corporate actions or whatever, then you'd see that price action happen, and then all of a sudden it gets cut off and then pushed back and blah blah blah. You can see on the 1 hour probably. On the 1 hour. Let me look at the 1 hour from here maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Trying to see. What are we trying to see on the 1 hour? You guys to point it out for me. $22.50. And right now it's at $22.07. Does look like scalping central to me. And they did whatever they had to do, and then they scalped the crap out of it from 2021 to 23.77, and then they sold off whatever they could and gained profits. And then on top of what they made in cash equivalents and all that stuff. What's up right now? Trying to see on the hourly. You know what? I really think that 22 could be support for sure. It's hit $22 a lot in the past. May 26th, 22, 20th, 18th, the 12th of May. It seems like, yeah, I see that. Of course, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be a lot of action going on while everybody is just relaxing and not even trading during night hours. So again, yeah, that's. Oh, okay. One second here. Looks like there was a lot of volume for the 23 strike and $25 strike calls. They made off with hundreds and hundreds of percentages in gains with calls expiring on the 5th. A lot of volume for the $23 calls today. Over 23,000 in volume with 9,404 in open interest. I'd say those people took profits and probably waiting for the pullback to get in again. Because even for June 18th, there's still a significant amount of volume for the $23 calls. July 17, for July 17 contracts, $25 contracts, 19,176 open interest with 5,506 in volume. So it looks like there has been a lot more activity for those calls, those contracts, for that date, for that expiration date, which kind of makes sense. I think that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure there hasn't been any change in cost to borrow too. If you look at that, yo, thank you, Mark, once again, man. I appreciate you showing love and coming through to the stream. You know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute for sure. But I'm trying to keep it brief, honestly. I'm not trying to extend the stream for longer hours. Of course, I need to focus on getting more sleep because I've been tired. My eyes been heavy. It seems like it only went up a point percentage in cost to borrow fees. If that means anything. It went up from 0.41% to 0.42. And only 400,000 short shares available. You know? So I wonder about that. According to the Max Payne here on Chart Exchange, how does that make any sense, dude? Yo, you see this? This is why we don't go. That's why we don't go with the Max Payne, whatever the Max Payne is. They have the Max Payne for the June 18 expiration date for GME. Oh no, this is the wrong one. Sorry. My mistake. Okay, so these are the ones right here. These are the actual GameStop calls. The options change summary. So the Max Payne, according to Chart Exchange for June 5th, is $21.50. So keep that in mind. $21.50. $21.50 is somewhere around here. Are they gonna actually try to drag this back down to $21.50 to burn those contracts? Maybe so. We don't know, but that could be the possibility. As you see on the 4-hour chart, also with that big rejection and pullback, whereas it looks possible for GME to see more of a pullback after that big announcement, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. But yeah, that's what I see so far for now. Thank you, man. It's good to see you here. I hope that goes well. Good luck with your daughter's homework. Much love to you. Blessings. Stay safe. And I'll see you in the next time. And I hope you have a great night. Thank you, Mark. Alright. So you see, we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. If that's the case, if that's their goal of the shorts, they're gonna wanna bring this back down to $21.50. And finish filling up the rest of the gap below that, in my opinion. AMC, I don't know what's going on with AMC. I barely even look at this stock, honestly. So I don't know. I don't know what's the deal. But, you know, even if, you know, it did have a big hype over him buying 250,000 shares worth, if that was what it was, bringing this from 155 all the way to 221, and then eventually just bringing it back down below $2, and then at a low of 176, believe it or not. So it just can't stay above $2 for whatever reason. So that's what I'm seeing here, which is kind of stupid. We don't know what Adam is doing. And I can understand, like, you're trying to make a big difference with 250,000 shares, but, you know, if it was over 1 million shares that you wanted to, you know, buy, then it probably would have made a little bit more of a difference, theoretically speaking. But, you know, I don't know. I just don't really care much to talk about that. So let's just wrap this up quickly and show you what the heck is going on, because right now Bitcoin is getting smoked. Bitcoin has been getting smoked for a while, since I want to say around last month. Last month it was around 77,000 for the majority of May, and then all of a sudden around the end of May last week, we just see this flush in price action for Bitcoin ever since. And we're talking about from 77,000 and change, and today hitting a low of $61,309.25 per Bitcoin. That is scary. We're talking about billions upon billions of dollars gone from Bitcoin's market cap. So before, it was at a market cap of 2 trillion. Remember that? Now we're talking about Bitcoin's market cap of 1.27. So that's a huge change. So from $1.55 trillion in market cap to now 1.27. Think about how many billions that is. So that is scary. That is pretty scary. And what it's doing for the rest of the market, the crypto market, is bringing all the coins down with it too as well. So for example, Dogecoin, heck, remember when Dogecoin was at 9 cents? Well, it's back down there again. It's at barely 9 cents right now. Ethereum is at $1,766. Flare is 2 fractions of a penny. You have Jasmy, 2 fractions of a penny. You have, what do we have here? Sheeb. Damn, Sheeb is at 5 fractions of a penny. 5 zeros. That's as valuable as the Iranian rial. Theoretically, I think Sheeb's price is equivalent to the Iranian currency. You could probably get it for that much. H-bar is at 8 cents. Quant 69.53. XCN at 2 fractions of a penny. You got XLM back down to 21 cents after a huge surge from whatever it is that happens, right? 2 days ago, you had MoneyGram launching an MGUSD stablecoin on the Stellar network. So they launched that. And as the remittance company deepens its push into blockchain-based cross-border payments, so that is huge. You have that going on, and then. Did you know about 1 in 3 Attorney says swapping XRP for XLM was not necessarily an incorrect call. And Coinpedia, altcoins to buy in June 2026, mentions, what do you guess? XRP, XLM, HBAR. Not financial advice. But these 3 coins were mentioned to buy in this month. For whatever reason, I have no idea. But that was Coinpedia reporting this. So while Bitcoin is doing this thing, it's dragging all the coins down, which also means that it's also dragging down the market in general. Because remember, we talked about this before. We talked about how, a huge a huge pullback in Bitcoin, as you saw with that price, that type of price action, would affect the market in general. We've seen it so many times. So again, you look at the SPY, then you look at Bitcoin next to it. So you look at Bitcoin next to it. Was that on the hourly? Yeah. So pretty much same situation, on that same path, the same trajectory. Because as you know, we talked about it so many times, how funds and crypto institutions, leverage. They use crypto. What happens when institutions are in trouble? When something goes down and they have short positions that they need to cover because they got smoked. They have to get to the easy access, access their funds easily through crypto and Bitcoin, whatever. If that goes down, market goes down, and it becomes a ripple effect, and yada yada yada, and so forth. But regardless of that, even if that's the case, you see coins like XRP, which is, still doing the same thing too, but it's just something about it that I think screams buy. Screams discounts for days, in my opinion. So why not just take advantage of the moment, right? We are in a down cycle which ends in October. Price should be 40K from here to October, and then it's time to load up. Well, I want to see how. That is a good point, but I'd rather see Bitcoin fall even further below 40K. I don't know why. I just want to see Bitcoin just fall. Just get cooked to the max. I want to see that happen. And once that happens and it drags all the other coins down, then that's the moment in time where you feel like, you know what? This is the opportunity right here. We're gonna get in and we're gonna get a whole lot of supply of these coins. Misty Blue thinks so as well. Misty Blue, it's been a minute. How you doing? Good evening. Little low on time here, but I do appreciate you passing through and being here in the Lion's Den. How have you been? How's everything going for you? How's the fam? Let me know what you think about this situation right now. Will it continue? Absolutely. I'd like to thank you for dropping by and saying hi, and that means a lot. You already know. I really hope that you're doing great, though. I'm a little tired, man. I haven't been really getting much sleep, but I gotta catch up for sure. I did, this is my first time back in a few weeks, I think. But yeah, I'm just gonna be doing streams during the evening times, and it's gonna be brief. It's not gonna be, for hours end. I'm just gonna do whatever I can. Just go over whatever's going on and have a brief overview on some stocks and look at the charts and all that stuff. Just have a talk, just have a good conversation. But yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you. Just saw you, and you and going to Alaska tomorrow. Okay. Wow. All right. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I'm very sure that's gonna be fun. I mean, if Alaska is fun, then hopefully it all goes well. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, blessings to you too, Gary. I hope everything is going well with you on your end. And I will see you soon. I will see you soon again on the stream. Dang, what did I tell you, Lion? My port always does better when I stream. when I was about to say, dude, when did you start streaming? You gotta stream the charts and then put your fish tank right next to it. No sleep on Alaska, it won't get dark. Oh, right, that's true. Is that where you don't really see nighttime? It's always like sunny, or like it looks like it's about to sunset, but then again the sun goes back up. Is that in Alaska? I think I saw a video about that recently. But yeah, I mean, don't flatter me too much, Fishy. But you always got the scoop on everything. So that's all you. That's all you, bro. That's all you, bro. But I saw the gains though. I saw it on your Discord. So I saw it on the Discord. So yeah, man, it looks great. I appreciate you sharing what you made, and look at that, man. Wait, hold on, where is it? Yeah, man, look at that. Fishy with a $21 call. Alright, this was probably expiring on Friday, this coming Friday, and he had 13 contracts at 79 cents. This thing went up to I can't see the price. Fill quantity 13. I'm trying to do the math here. But all I know is that he made a $779 in profit, realized profit. So that is a huge win on Fishy's part, and you better be stacking that. Stack that. All right. So keep it going. Don't let the pullbacks shake you up a bit, because eventually, we will be seeing some pullbacks here and there. But that's all you got to be prepared for, If it drops back down and it holds a certain level and support, then that's time for you to think about going back in and going for another swing up if GME decides to pop again. And then you make another $1,000 worth of profit or whatever it is that you're trying to reach for, just as long as you're, not taking a huge risk, and playing too close to the expiration. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't get too dark in the summer. Oh, okay. What's good, brother? Yo, Lewis on the chat. Good to see you, bro. I know I saw your notification pop up when you were streaming, but I was at work. I saw that notification. I was like, oh shoot, Lewis is on stream right now. So how is that going? How's your streaming? How's your lives? And how are you doing? Let's see, Adrian. Yo, no lie, I was pissed. Then I see GME rip after hours. God is great. I had a great win on Monday with SPY, 757 calls. Yeah. And I'm really glad that you actually took profit on that too, because I mean, look what happened afterwards. You got SPY dropping from 760 all the way down to as low as 749, and it closed at around 740. Was that 754? Oh, so it actually came back up again, as it usually does. It's freaking ridiculous. That's always the case, you know, where it goes down and then you have a little pop up. You have a little pop right before market closes. So then it bounces from 749 to 754, just like that, in minutes. Insane. Yo, Misty, what have you been playing recently? Didn't you say you were in coins? Didn't you say you were in like XRP or something like that? I could have sworn. I could check again. I can go to channel activity. Let's see. In the last year? Oh no. Damn. Oh, cause that was your other account. Never mind. Misty Blue too. What happened to your main account? What up, Joker? Yeah, I just realized that because it says Misty Blue too. Life's been good, ready for the summer. What do you have plans for the summer? Are you going anywhere? Is there like a spot that you're trying to go to for summertime? Crypto game's been crazy. The SAOS took my lunch for a minute. Oh shoot. Oh my god, the bandit. Joker, oh my god. Adrian's the bandit. FYI, he bleeds Burt Reynolds' blood. What? Lewis, wait, who the fuck do I call the bandit? Oh shoot. Nah, yeah, so I'm just thinking like cuz Bitcoin is just not it's not looking good at all, honestly. And like, it couldn't even hold up anymore. It's actually trying to come back down. It hit a low. Can you believe that? A low of $61,309 in a matter of days. And a few weeks before that, it was at like 77,000. Look at this. It's just a span of a couple of days. So like 75, 77,000, and all the way down to 61,000. Something is happening, in my opinion. Sister from another Mr. Happy early birthday. What? I have a work account and oh, okay, you got two accounts. I see. Gotcha. So happy birthday. Happy early birthday to you. Let's go. Let's throw some roars in the chat. I've seen my balance the other day and I was like, what the hell is going on? Bitcoin, XRP, Solana. Yeah. It's just gonna be like that, especially while Bitcoin is dropping in value and price. The rest of the coins is going to follow because it's, like Bitcoin is pretty much like the SPY of crypto, and so all the dumping that BTC is doing is bringing down the rest of the coins, which is your alts. But I would love nothing more for these prices to continue to drop down, especially XRP, XLM, even H bar. H bar is at like 8 cents right now, as I showed earlier. All right, actually it was at 8 cents, then it bounced back up with Bitcoin. IOTA, I forgot about IOTA, but that's like 5 cents. XCN, this is one coin that Chris was mentioning a lot in the past. Then you have XLM at 21 cents and XRP too. Look at that. Iran dumping because Iran is dumping BTC, obviously. You think it's really them that's dumping BTC? You have 40 minutes. 40 minutes ago here. Watch Your Guru on X just posted, just in, Michael Saylor's strategy now has an $11.5 billion unrealized loss on its Bitcoin investment. Let me pause this for a second. You're talking about a CEO of a company that goes on from time to time on X to tell everybody about Bitcoin. Do this, buy this, hold this, keep buying this. Like, if we can literally just take a look at his account, and I kid you not, that's all you can see. Like, Bitcoin has won. Price is now driven by capital flows. Bank and digital credit will determine Bitcoin's growth trajectory. The biggest risk is bad ideas driven blah blah blah. Where are the other here? Back to work. He thinks this is ego right here. This ego, which is gonna be bound to get hurt. Let's see. Why sell? Why not just buy less next week? Is this bearish? Our goal is to make STRC the best credit instrument in the world. Yeah. Working better. What is this? Vitamin B? This is crazy. He obviously is not saying anything right now after the whole dumping of Bitcoin. Look at this. Against bears, it's best to use your head. There's no way in hell they're gonna let this guy become a trillionaire. This guy's saying hodl. So you're treating Bitcoin as a meme stock? I don't get it. There is this video that I saw actually before. I'm gonna show you right now. Hold on.
We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more.
Let's see. Hold on. I'll find the video real quick. I'll let you know. Let's see. Nope. Where's that video? I know I saw it recently. Okay, this video right here.
I don't mess with it. Bitcoin is going to die. I don't mess with it.
You think Bitcoin's going to?
Oh,
You touch nothing with crypto.
I don't touch it.
Tell me why you think it's going to.
Well, I just got a call from somebody a couple of days ago and said, "Hey, if you got 25 million, you can make 75,000. I just want to put it inside of an account to do some stuff." And this is a friend of mine, and I was like, "Do you realize that Bitcoin is still based on fiat? It's still and because the dollar is decreasing in its value, because the uncertainty of war around." Nobody wants their money in something that can be wiped out with a push of a button somewhere. I've stayed free and clear of it because it's been dropping a great deal. Bitcoin is going to die. I don't mess.
And it's been dropping a great deal. And I kid you not, and this was May 31st, right, when this video was released. And I kid you not, it had been dropping a great deal for a while now. That video was released when? May 31st? Dude, this was peaking at around like 74,000. And after that, dude, that's when everything started tumbling down hard. Hard, dude. It's so much losing. You've never seen any kind of losing like this. Very hard losing, huge losing for Bitcoin. You've never seen such a downturn like that ever. You would never see anything like it. It's gonna keep going down. Bitcoin will die, in my opinion, and we're gonna see the Trump coin take over. You're gonna see Trump coin go to 1 million per Trump coin. You're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy a lot of it. Not financial advice. Yeah. So things like that. I mean, it does make sense to me because how could a digital currency such as Bitcoin survive in a world where the fiat or the dollar, where it's influenced by the fiat dollar and the value of a dollar? But if the value of the dollar is decreasing little by little. I mean, right now, I mean, there was a big gap down when futures opened up, and it seems like it's been holding up a little bit. I kid you not, it's been sort of, ranging here around 99. 99.45, 99.50. But if oh my god, but if it continues to drop, then what's the point of all of that? I like to give a big shout out to Joker of Babylon. Joker's a great guy. He's currently drunk right now. He's having a couple of beers. I told him not to drink during my stream, not to do too much, because then he would be out of control. Out of control. It would be out of my control to control him at that point, and I just gotta tell him to stop because he's gonna knock out. He's going to sleep. He's not going to remember any of this conversation that we've had. It would be recommended to stop right there and come back to your senses, Joker. Because you have a lot to learn right now. You have a lot to gain from this information. And quite frankly, we're going to make a lot of money. But if you keep drinking, that's not going to happen. You're going to waste a lot of money on drinking. I don't want you to do that. It's quite outstanding how we could just do that. I don't do that. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any drugs. I'm clean, and I have a lot of money. Billions and billions of dollars. Soon to become a trillionaire one day. Oh my gosh. Look, you have currently you have the Asian market. China Hang Seng Index gapped down. It's down over 1%. Where is Japan? Japan also down 1.23% currently. Bitcoin. So that's all I'm saying. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty going on right now. And that's all we got to look for. In terms of all the other stocks that we talked about in the past, just keep watching. Keep watching. Yeah, portfolio will be everything you want to be one day. That's what I'm hoping for, man. That is what I'm hoping for. But for now, I just have to take care of a couple of things that is actually stopping me from getting to that point. I will eventually get there, though, for sure. An hour ago, $700 billion worth of crypto longs liquidated in the past 2 hours, reported by Watcher Guru an hour ago. Here, something might have broken inside Michael Saylor's Bitcoin machine. STRC was designed to stay near $100 forever. Strategy launched it in July 2025, raised $2.5 billion from investors, and used that money to buy more Bitcoin. In return, investors got an 11.5 yearly yield, paid monthly in cash. The entire structure depended on one thing, was to keep the price near 100. If STRC dropped below $100, the strategy could raise the dividend to attract buyers back, and that is why STRC stayed stable for months. Now the system is cracking, and STRC just dropped to $94.84. Well. Look at this one right here, 6 hours ago.
Nearly 70%. Check out the nightmare. Bitcoin down 25%.
Not if you have a low time preference. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin.
Bitcoin has got to go.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Oh yeah, dude, this is insane. This was 4 weeks ago, by the way.
Don't touch the Bitcoin stack. Now I'm buying more while they fading into black. STRC printing, engine running clean, watching debt transform into the Bitcoin dream. Turn on the BTC drive.
Yeah, Michael Saylor actually posted this video on May 10th.
65 billion and I'm still winning the race. They panic when I say sell a little coin just to prove the whole market doesn't break or get destroyed. Company.
Oh my gosh. Buy BTC Safe Sailor. He's an American hero. National treasure. Yeah. Huh. It's hilarious. Ooh. Oh wow. ADA, Cardano. You seen this video, guys?
Everybody take a week and just think about it. Talk amongst each other. Look at the leaders you have and the direction you're going in. And this is a call to action. And my only request is you just get tired of it and say we need to change. And there's a lot of things we can do to change. Constitutional changes, executive function changes, change the way the Treasury works. We can make changes as dramatic as forking the protocol. There are so many ways that we can do. So many. And y'all just have to make a decision.
That's the founder of 88, Cardano. Remember that coin? So it was once the third largest crypto with $101 billion in market cap. Today it hit a 5.5-year low and is now down 93.4% from its peak. Absolutely brutal. I just realized that now. I didn't. That's how long I haven't seen Cardano for, and it's at barely 20 cents right now. Barely 20 cents per coin. This thing I remember was like over $3. Yeah, this was back when the first bull's run happened with crypto. This was over $3. What would you do at that point? Or like, would this actually continue to rug pull? It's insane. NMAX, yeah, NMAX. Newsmax. Forgot about that. Newsmax. Newsmax had bottomed at around 5.11. Jumped all the way to $11, brought back down to almost $6, then came back up to like $9. So it's trying to hold up around there, around 8.50 to 9, and ranging. What do you have, Joker? Did you have calls for Newsmax, or are you like in shares? Is that what you got? You're in at 6. Ooh. You're in at 6, so that was somewhere around the middle of May. You got in at the middle of May, probably. Oh yeah. This will probably break all the other news companies. The weekly looks pretty decent too. It's not bad. The main level that would have to, like, the major resistance, in my opinion, would have to be somewhere around here, around $11 and above, and then to go into the range between there and probably 15. That would be pretty cool. How would that look like? I would say bars pattern this way. Probably flip it the other way. No, hold on. Flipped. Oh wait, hold on. There. You know what I'm saying? Like, you flip it the other way and it's like, oh well. You know, like something like this. Like if it would actually follow this weekly chart pattern, that would be actually insane. But then again, who knows? Actually, you know what? Let me lower that a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Newsmax on the monthly. Yeah, the IPO, I remember the IPO was insane, dude. That thing went like where did it open to? Let me see. It opened at $14. Yeah, IPO $14, and it went as high as $83, and then the next day it kept going all the way until $265 a share, closing at $233. That's how big of a deal it is. if I want to say if that was the case and they put that much money into an IPO, chances are like that would mean that this company would, you know, eventually come back to not necessarily around that price range, but you know, somewhere along the way, you know, in the future, that this would be a lot more profitable if, you know, a lot more people join Newsmax and subscribe and all of that stuff, right? But yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. I definitely would consider watching that. I'll put some alerts. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, here 12 hours ago, Newsmax expects $25 million in international revenue, so up 500% in 2 years. That's Newsmax reporting this on their Twitter page. So they're expecting significant growth in international revenues. So over time, you know, they're going to be expanding. As you can see here, they've expanding to Germany, Italy, Bulgaria, Hungary, and several other countries this year alone. And some of its new channels will involve a licensing agreement to use the Newsmax name. So look at that. You may just be in a banger of a play, long term. Nice. The Knicks won today? Oh, great. Nice. They've also received an outperform rating in channel check coverage following strong first quarter results. Newsmax delivered a 14% year-over-year revenue growth in first quarter 2026, reaching $51.7 million, completely driven by its legacy broadcasting business. Rockets for Newsmax. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right now, no. Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Ouch. You motherfucker. Yikes. Now Jalen Brunson hurt his ankle. Damn, man.
Once again, Jalen Brunson limping to the Knicks bench.
Spot here, physically in the first half, comes back from that knee. There you see that ankle turning, and Luke Cornett steps on it to boot.
Let's see.
Once again, Jalen Brunson.
Oh, okay. It was. Damn, it was accidental. It was accidental. Yeah, I didn't even see that happen. That sucks. Wow, dude, you serious? Oh, that was illegal. He almost ripped off his jersey. Look at that. Come here, give me that. It's crazy. Ah, man. Mike's yours? Oh, yeah, it hurts. Wait, don't forget HTZ and also 7-Eleven is going. Wait, 7-Eleven is going public. 7-Eleven is finally having a stock? Really? That's crazy. Huh. Oh boy. Oh, I want to see this. I want to see this. Then he went on a whole rant. Oh boy. Oh boy, dude. Jeez, how long did he go for? No way. You gotta be kidding me. This, are you serious? He went on a, how long of a rant? Oh no. That is insane, dude. That is crazy. Yeah, it hurts. Let's see. Oh shoot. No, look at how much Hertz has gone down ever since the peak. The top here of $8.18. It's gone. It was a big pullback. Try coming back up to 7, then dropping down to 481, just below 5, and then trying to rebound from here. But looks like it's been on a little struggle right now. Yeah, it's no. Yeah, Hertz might be coming down. It might be coming down a little bit here. You have a support at around 485 from what I'm seeing here, in my opinion. 485 if this trend continues, because like we already have a couple of these trend lines like falling right below the 200 EMA. The 921, the 50. Yeah, you don't want to see that. The 4-hour chart is showing the same thing, with the RSI also rejecting this trend here. Damn. Directors were elected, auditor ratified, and executive compensation approved without contest. Yeah, but how long has it been since he last talked about it? Because if he hasn't been talking about it recently, then, he's probably just focusing on other plays. That's just my guess, though. Let me check what they say about Hertz and on here. So this post here, Dutch Bank reiterates hold rating on Hertz maintains a price target at $5 a share. Analysts sees shares largely pricing in a 2027 earnings scenario with significant execution needed to hit the company's $1 billion adjusted EBITDA target. So this analyst has, management progress on turnaround initiatives viewed as solid. Company targeting $1 billion in adjusted EBITDA for 2027. Street consensus is $648 million. Analyst forecasts negative, or is that equal to? I can't see. Oh no, forecasts $860 million in EBITDA for next year. Analyst believes shares may already be pricing in the firm's 2027 earnings scenario. Achieving $1 billion target could imply an equity valuation north of $8 a share. $8 a share. Risk Watch, Street remains skeptical of Hertz reaching its $1 billion adjusted EBITDA target, and many unknowns remain regarding the shift to higher margin fees and the company's role in the AV landscape. Valuation context, firm continues to value Hertz in line with historical valuation ranges. All right. You too, Misty. You too. Have a great night. Again, thank you for dropping by and hanging out and vibing and, just sitting through and just chilling, Much love to you, and have a good time in Alaska with everything and the family, and hope to see you next time. Thank you. Have a good night. Very recent, he said it's a long time hold. He said in 2 years you'll wish you got in at 6. It's at $5.16 at the close for now. Which that could change. That could change. Right now, slightly up in the overnight hours at $5.18. Not bad, right? It's not bad. I wouldn't consider getting any calls unless it's further out in expiration, in my opinion. There's not much activity in the options chain, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see much volume coming into the options chain. You got only 825 in volume for the $5.50 call contracts expiring this Friday, but that's only it. This would be probably one to hold in shares, honestly, if that's the case. Not financial advice. You're your own decision maker of your money and what you do with your stocks. So it's only up to you. But I would say, given the way that Hertz has been trending alongside with the market, I think it would probably either hold $5 as support and try to rebound back to like 550 and hit the 200 EMA, or it rejects from 5 and then drops below to try to reach support, I guess 485-ish, because it has gone up significantly throughout the past couple of months, since middle of March when it was at just below $4, and then it went all the way up to north of $8.18, and then dropping back down to $5, So you gotta look at it that way, because if the trend is not, going in favor with what the valuation says and all that stuff, therefore there probably might be a chance of more pullbacks along the way, and for the trend to continue down until eventually the RSI for all the time frames start bottoming out, and then from there you decide if it, you know, holds a certain level and support to create a rebound and start to recover from there. You know, it's just things like that, you know, you got to watch out for. Either take that as an opportunity or, you know, either or. No one has a better track record than Midas. Yeah. Definitely. But the whole thing with give me 1 second here. What is this? What is going on here? 7-Eleven though, let me see. I want to go to how do you go to IPOs? Hold on. IPOs. Screener? Is it here? No. Markets? IPO. Okay. Upcoming. Oh, I want to see this. 7-Eleven. Where is it? Filed? I don't even see it, honestly. Seven 7-Eleven. If not, I'm probably have to look through here. Hold on. Clear Street 4 hours ago. By the way, Clear Street raises price target on Rocket Labs from $98 to $129 a share and maintains a buy rating. Look at that. The Rocket Labs has been a beast too. But hold on. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven stock. Where is it? Turning Point Brands. Owner says they can't keep the stuff on shelves. Note the front and center positioning. Where's the... What's the ticker symbol though? I don't get it. Let me look it up here. 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven IPO. Oh, shoot. Alright, so the planned initial public offering for 7-Eleven's North American division has been officially postponed to fiscal year 2027 at the earliest by its Japanese parent company, 7&I Holdings. The delay is due to economic uncertainty, slow business and turnarounds, and market volatility. The timeline, originally slated for 2026, the IPO has been pushed back 11 months at minimum It will not take place before March 2027. Look at that. Corporate strategy. To prepare for the spinoff, 7-Eleven plans to close 645 underperforming North American stores and will remodel thousands of existing locations to focus on fresh food and beverages. Alimentation Couche-Tard. Couche. The IPO prep is part of a broader corporate restructuring to increase shareholder value and fend off ongoing acquisition bids from Circle K's parent company, Alimentation Couche-Tard. Because 7-Eleven is not a standalone publicly traded company, you cannot buy its stock directly. You can gain exposure to its operations by purchasing shares of its parent company, 7 & I Holdings, traded on the Tokyo Stock Exchange under ticker 3382.T. And accessible to U.S. investors via ADR or OTC ticker SVNDY or SVNDF. Oh shoot. Yo, Fishy with the level 1 membership and the gift membership to dude, Kevin. Yo, we haven't seen Kevin in so long, bro. I wonder what's happened to him. But thank you, dude. Thank you so much for that. It's without a fact. So much that it's with the fact that you've shown so much love and support to this channel, so you already know, dude. I can't thank you enough, man. And further, for everything that you've done to help out others and provide information and just all out, man. Just great vibes, in the chat from you and everybody else in general. So yeah, man, thank you for the support. Thank you, man. And Kevin, wherever you are, dude. I don't know what happened to you, Kevin, but hopefully you are safe somewhere. Hopefully you are doing great. And yeah, man, shout out to you, Kevin. I remember Kevin used to hang out with us a lot in the early days in the Lions Den. Remember? But yeah, mad love. Mad love to the day ones and the OGs, and to you, Fishy, and everybody else who's listening in. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I won't drag the stream any longer because I do need to catch up on some rest. But I will look into this right now, as it was discussed here on this here. I just wanted to look at this real quick. 1170. Also gets paid dividends too. Interesting. Okay. You gotta rap and watch my videos. Yeah, dude. Didn't you make a recent video before on your channel? I could have sworn you did. B-I-N-G-O I-N-G-O B-I-N-G-O B-I-N-G-O. So if anybody on here show some love to my boy's channel, Fishy Friends, you go to his channel, Fishy Friends Aquatics, He got 62 subscribers. He made it past 50 subscribers so he can be able to live stream. And yeah, man, just check out his videos. Make sure you hit the like button. Hey, yo, fishy.
Pond, patio pond, build right here. I take a pallet from work. See, run to the porch. Kind of get the house as well.
Oh, digital brands? Hey, word. That's. Oh, shoot. Oh, look, got a little fishy pond outside, dude. That's dope. What the fuck? Look at them little fishies, though. It's got its own little habitat and everything, man. That's so dope. Yo, are you planning to add more fishies in there, or is it only gonna be those types of fishies? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a big one. Dude, they gotta appreciate channels like this, man. Especially if you know there's people that love fish and they're into like aquariums and they're into like the marine life, marine biology. They could learn from this channel. Like, no joke. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's... Like, this is really informative. What's the cleaning process for that, though? Like, do you clean it at all, or just let it... Or you just let it, like... Or you just let it be like that, like if it's his natural habitat. Oh, the filter, okay. Oh. Bio balls.
Otro video muestra que la golpiza continúa en la habitación, ahora frente a sus hijos. Y en la cama, nerviosa, solo trata de proteger a su hermanito, un bebé. Ambos videos
Oh, shoot, okay. That's badass, bro. But you gotta also like you gotta share content in other platforms too. If you do like TikTok and Instagram too, you just link it all up and then just post like shorts, you know, about just like the quick breakdown of what you do and what you have. Look at them fishies floating around. Look at them swimming. Yeah. That's so cool, bro. That's a decent size though. Really nice little pond setup. I'll drop a comment with some emojis in there. Tell leaves on the fly.
Ya han pasado más de 40 horas del secuestro de una periodista en México.
Tell you gotta. I mean, I don't. But yeah, if anything, if anybody watches this stream and watches to the end of the stream, look up this channel. If you really like fishes, you want to know more about the fish life, Fishy Friends is the one to go to. I wish you nothing but the best in your channel, bro. Like I said, you gotta share this content. Put in different platforms, man, and be creative, because this is pretty cool. Look at that. Let's see this German blue rams spawning. Oh.
El grupo rompió vidrios, inmobiliario, pintó las paredes e incluso prendió fuego a algunos objetos.
Oh, shoot.
Dejó también varios policías heridos. Ya son 3 días consecutivos de protestas violentas de maestros, quienes exigen un incremento salarial y aún no avanzan las negociaciones con el gobierno
Oh, shoot.
algunas reformas educativas que están solicitando. Por cierto, el expresidente de México, Andrés Manuel López Obrador, quien se ha mantenido al margen de la política, esta noche mandó un fuerte mensaje en X.
That's freaking dope.
Let's
freaking go. What is going on upstairs, man? These people are bugging upstairs. I swear. Right. Insane. Let me check real quick. What is Bitcoin doing? Oh, it's actually trying to come back up again, little by little. Trying to recover. We'll see how long that lasts. That's just crazy, man. Seeing outflows of $519 million in one day. But yo, let's end the stream here. Let's end the stream here. Cause you know, if you drag it any more longer, dude, I'll be tired. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's go memes. And then we'll see what happens tomorrow with the price action of the market. And if we wake up all of a sudden seeing Bitcoin under 61,000 and under 60,000, which would be insane, which would lead into more downturns for the market. And oil is trying to climb back up too, as you've seen, back at $95 a barrel. So if we see that start to climb back up too and hitting back over $100 a barrel, then you know that the market is going to be seeing a lot more uncertainty and all that stuff. Yeah, man. Thank you to everybody who joined tonight. Thank you to you, Fishy, everybody who joined. Mark, I'd like to shout out to you, Mark, Adrian, Fishy, Chris, Johnny, Jason G, Misty Blue. Shout out to you, Chris. I think if I said Chris, Louis Ibarra. Maybe repeating names. Mark, Phil's a Kraken, or Moisley. Gary. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to Eric G, and his channel too, Mr. DJ. Play that beat. And everybody else who tuned in, much love. Shout out to the queen of the Lion's Den too, Zelly, If you're hearing this, yeah, much love to you too. And yeah, we'll see you on the next stream. Much love to everybody. Love y'all. $750 putas for the SPY? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, that could be possible. You never know. But we'll see what happens, because it is, you know, ranging around 751 right now. And if it falls right back below 749, I think we might start seeing bear markets back. And the fear index at a high, you know. So, but yeah, man, keep it up. Just remember, you guys are the decision maker of your money and your investments. As long as you're doing your thing, you're managing your risks, you're setting your limits, and you're taking your profits. As long as you're winning, that's all that matters. Everything and anything said in this stream was not financial advice and just my strict opinion. So yeah, yeah, it's yeah. So SPY currently, right now, $751.38. Just a slight recovery, but yeah, the low was $749.87, and that was after market close. It had closed at 754.24. Yeah, so yeah, keep an eye out on that. And again, if Bitcoin decides to pull back once again and fall back down to the lower 60,000s, keep an eye on the markets. That's all. All right. Again, much love. Take it easy. Wish you the best tomorrow, bearing market. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace out. Have a great night. LionOfAllTradez signing out. I can't do it. All right, take it easy.